Got a new show for y'all.
So we both went and saw some interesting shit last night.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah.
How was the movie? Oh shit. So we both saw some interesting shit yesterday.
Let's start this shit over.
Why don't you tell the folks at home what you went and saw?
What the hell's the name of it? Wish. I think that's the Disney movie that's out or whatever.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I didn't go see. I think it's Wish, but I didn't go see that. But no, I went and saw.
Oh, yeah, it is Wish.
Is it Wish?
It's Wish.
That's what I thought. No, I went and saw Godzilla Minus One. Went and saw that, and like I told you, it's as soon as the movie was over, I sat there with her and.
Well, hold on. Was there a post-credit scene?
Not that I saw. I don't know what I think the very end of the movie, the last shot, was basically what Disney does with the post-credit scene. So I won't like spoil it or anything because I don't know if you're gonna go. If you get
no spoil it because I will see it, regardless of whether I.
I get it. Really. I mean, yeah, you can because the movie was over and. She leans over and she goes, "So what'd you think?" And I didn't say anything. I sat there and like I had to process it. Like I told you, the first thing I said when I finally had a response and we walked out of the theater, we walked out into, so we went to D-Box. It's the first time I went there to see anything, which is interesting.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of a distraction, D-Box, but it was fun. It was, I don't know if you know what that is. It's, all right, there's IMAX, which is like massive screen. D-Box is decent sized screen, but you're in seats that move and vibrate with the theater, with the movie.
Oh, it's
so
like
like
4D theater.
So when you're in it, like you'll sway back and forth if you're on a boat like they did in the movie, or if Godzilla was stomping, you're like, oh shit, and it has an adjustment thing so you can adjust the intensity of it. And I got in there, I'm like, well fuck, let's jack this thing right up. We're gonna go sailing.
I want my rectum to lose all control.
This thing is gonna launch me across the theater. So I jacked mine up, and it was interesting, different, but
Charlie said jack it up, not jack it off.
Oh yeah, wah wah. So I walk out of the theater, and I finally go, if this movie doesn't win, like movie of the year, film of the year, whatever the award would be, it's only because it's a Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
like, it is the best Godzilla movie, at least since the original in '54, I have ever seen.
No shit.
Bar none. It is. I think it's what happens if 1954's Godzilla, the Japanese cut, not the American one, the 1955, if that was made today, that would be Godzilla Minus One. Like that movie, how that movie was incredibly heavy, and it was.
You're supposed to watch it, not pick it up.
It's so heavy. That one, the original, was a commentary on the atomic age, the atomic bombs dropped on them. Like that's what it was. This one, the Minus One title is in reference to Japan considered themselves at absolute zero after the war, because it took place in between 1945 and 1947, so right after the atomic bombs were dropped, and they specifically focused more on the air raids that happened before the atomic bombs were dropped, which was way more devastating. But because those two bombs were like boom and boom, everyone talks about that in Pearl Harbor. But so the movie more focuses on the air raids and how Tokyo was devastated during the air raids, because like they somewhere between 70 and some estimates of 200,000 people had lost their lives in the air raids.
Oh, yeah.
Way more devastating. So the Minus One is like, all right, Japan is at absolute zero. Now Godzilla shows up and that just drops them to Minus One. So that's where the title came from. This movie is the first Godzilla movie where I legitimately cared about all of the characters. The story was fucking incredible. Like, incredible. Like, tears well up, and oh my god, it was so good. So good. Like, this, it's about, so there's going to be spoilers of it, right? Okay. It's about a kamikaze pilot who abandons his duty. Like, at the beginning of the movie, you see him landing, reporting plane issues. So he went to Odo Island, which, to anyone Godzilla fan out there, they're going to know Odo Island is the first island from the original movie that they saw Godzilla, the native island. So they land on Odo Island, and it's a mechanics island. It's just like a depot, like, you know, for planes to stop off, get repaired, and go. So they land on Odo Island, and they go through the whole thing. The mechanics are like, we didn't find any issue with your plane. And it kind of dawns on him, like, you abandoned your mission, like, you know. So right off the bat, he's kind of shunned by everybody. So he gets...
Oh, yeah, he pussed out.
Yeah. He...
Oh, bitch. I killed myself 10 times before breakfast.
And that's what...
You can't even do it once?
And that's where Godzilla, like in the first 5-10 minutes, makes his first appearance. But it's not the fully, I guess, realized or mutated Godzilla, the one that we all know. It's more of a dinosaur thing. Still fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's still probably 40 feet tall, but it's more like a giant T-Rex kind of thing. And it's still fucking terrifying. That's another thing too with this movie. Godzilla's fucking terrifying. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, it's a giant monster, he's gonna smash stuff. He's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's a force. It's terrifying. What is this? And there's some shots I'm like all over the place now, but there's some shots in the movie that are fantastic. But anyway, we go back to the island. So he has that, and Godzilla shows up, and then they're like, they tell the main characters, like, you know, you have a 20 millimeter machine gun on your plane, see if you can get to it to kind of draw him away. He freezes up again. He gets to his plane, gets in there, freezes up, and then Godzilla proceeds to kill everyone that's on the island, except the head mechanic, who blames him for everyone dying. So that's twice he froze up and didn't. So then he goes back to the mainland, like skip through, goes back to the mainland. Tokyo is devastated. You see, like, they're all like in these makeshift shanties that everyone that survived the air raids are living in. And he runs into, I think it was his family member, I don't know, his sister or cousin, something like that. And she knows, just him being back, is like, aren't you a kamikaze pilot? And yeah, so she knows, so she shuns him. So it's pretty much everything around him. One, is devastated because they lost the war. Two, nobody wants him there. It's like, you shouldn't be here. You abandoned us. And she even blamed, because she lost all her kids, blames him, because it's people like you, cowards like you, that didn't, you know...
fly a plane into a giant fucking monster. Yeah, I'm sure that would have done a lot.
Well, no, they're talking about the Yankee forces, what they called, like the United States. So none of them know about Godzilla yet, other than him. So then he runs into a woman that had a baby. They're running off from stealing something just to survive. She gives the kid to him and then takes off. So she
freeze up.
He has it, was gonna leave it, and then goes back, picks the kid up, and then takes it, and then she finds him again, and he's like, "What? You know, here's your kid. Why'd you give him the kid?" And she's like, "It's not mine. It was an orphan. The kid is orphaned. Like, both of his parents died in the air raids." And then it's like, "Well, what about like your family?" It's like, all my family died in the air raids. So it's this woman that has no family, that has a child that's both kids, and the child's like not even a year old, that has no family, and him who has family, who's been shunned by everybody.
So technically, he has no family.
Like, yeah, the whole thing, the movie is just dark as fucking can be, like sullen and depressing. Most of the movie, but like
always laughing at somebody else's misery.
The character development during it is just it's incredible, and the fact that it was all subtitled, but it doesn't take away from the movie. Like you don't find yourself reading a novel as the movie's going on. It's just perfect enough where you can like look at it, read it quick, and still watch the entire movie. So that's a small thing that was just beautifully done. It was nice. The Godzilla in the movie is devastating. One, he's pissed off. Well, he's menacing. He looks mean as shit. And he is mean as shit. And he looks pissed off all the time. When he uses his atomic breath in the movie, the first time he uses it, it's got that cool fucking setup where like his spikes one by one like extend out of his body. Like it charges up and you see him breathe in like this massive amount of breath as he's glowing from inside, and then all his spikes go in at once and he releases this massive fucking heat ray, they call it. And when it hits his target first, it's like a mushroom cloud. It's the most powerful fucking... It's boom! Massive. And the shot of him after he does that, you see him, it's from the ground up, from your main character's perspective, looking at Godzilla, shooting in the opposite direction. And it looks like Godzilla's like admiring his work. And then he does this massive roar. If you see this movie, it's like, I think it's done like the 14th of December because it only had a limited release in the United States. If you see the movie, watch it on the biggest, loudest fucking screen you can because it's awesome. But yeah, toward the end, they come up with a unique way to kill him, to attempt to kill him.
That's better.
It's like in the original, they used the oxygen destroyer, which that story alone was really great because it was another one where, okay, Dr. Serizawa, who created the oxygen destroyer, had this moral issue. He had this conflict in him. It's like, I just created this another super weapon because we had the atomic age, and everyone that worked on the Manhattan Project was like, fuck, what do we do? But now, like, Serizawa was like,
top that one.
Serizawa created this new weapon that could destroy this monster created by an atomic weapon. But now he's like, if I use this, I release it to the world, and I don't know what that'll do. So at the spoiler alert, the movie's been out for 69 years. He kills himself at the end of the movie with the oxygen destroyer. So, his work can't get out. He already destroyed all his papers before that. But in this one, they actually use Freon bubbles. They come up with a plan to sink Godzilla incredibly fast to the bottom of a trench, and all the immense pressure would crush him. And if that didn't work, they had a plan B where they have helium balloons in those tanks they use that would expand to raise them quick, and the depressurization from that would crush them from the inside out. So, interesting way to do it.
Neither way works.
Do you want me to tell their pre-credit, post-credit scene?
Sure, why not?
So at the end of the movie, like, I'm not going to give away the character arc because that you have to watch on its own and watch them develop their whole characters and like grow together. Like that's what made the movie. But at the end of it, he's like, they finally kill him. They crush him from the inside out. And then they cut to the scenes with the characters and everything. And then it cuts back after that all develops and like, loose ends are tied up and whatever. And they see Godzilla falling, like, or sinking to the thing. But then it shows him regenerating, like his skin, like regenerating itself. And then it cuts to the credits after, like, with the Godzilla roar. And then it just starts rolling credits. So leaves it open for a Godzilla Minus 2.
Because when he's done with them, oh yeah, they're gonna be ready to take it twice as hard.
Oh man, it was fucking good though. Like, that movie would have been fantastic if Godzilla wasn't even in it. Like, the character story was just fucking good. And then you add Godzilla to it, and I'm like, oh man. But it wasn't like campy Godzilla. It was like, this is like a modern sci-fi horror movie. It was really fucking good.
Almost like Cloverfield when it first came out.
Yeah, better though. Definitely better.
Cloverfield was the first, like...
It was a fresh monster. Yeah. And it was a fresh take on it. There was someone that said a long time ago, it was in a documentary talking about sci-fi movies, monster movies specifically, and they said you can only do so many origins of monsters. It either comes from the ocean, comes from space, is laboratory made, or comes from another dimension. Like you can only do so many things.
They're still enjoyable as fuck to watch.
Oh my god, I watch them all. But yeah, that was a different take on it, so it's kind of cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so that was Godzilla Minus One. Yeah, it was pretty good. Go see it.
I haven't even seen it, but go see it.
But it's only until December, I think 14th or 15th.
So go watch it now.
It's like this week, and I want to go. I want to go see it again. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. But if I go see it again, I'm going to IMAX.
Well, today's what, the
11th.
The 11th, yeah. I thought it said 12th.
So we'll see. You, on the other hand,
I went and saw Bert Kreischer last night.
I don't know who that is.
You know Bert Kreischer. He's been on Joe Rogan.
Oh?
Hold on 1 second. Now I got a text message from somebody.
He probably has been on Joe Rogan. Everyone's been on Joe Rogan, except us. And the Hodge twins. It's fun. How does... Like, Post Malone get on Joe Rogan and not the Hodge twins yet?
So I'll show you Bert Kreischer, trust me. You'll know him.
I trust you. I trust you'll show me
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Crusher.
Kreischer.
Sounds like a wrestling name. Bert Crusher.
That guy.
Oh, yeah, he's
a comedian.
He wasn't shirtless on Joe Rogan, but
No. He also came out with the movie The Machine on Netflix.
I don't know.
I'd seen it.
Oh, the movie on Netflix. Mind or something like that. I can talk about it.
Yeah, it's out now.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. I'm surprised I was with Don't Look Up. Like, everyone talked about that. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. And I'm like, geez, this is commentary on just everything now.
Yeah, no, went and saw him last night. Haven't even touched the soda yet. Oh, dude, better show than... I've seen a lot of his stuff. I've seen him on Joe Rogan. I've seen him on a bunch of shows. I've seen him on The Machine. Oh, very good. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a... David Tell, love the guy. Sometimes David Tell will go, yeah,
It was just like the whole special.
He's David Tell.
The wind's just right for dick jokes.
He's just like David Tell, except he'll keep the string going and he'll tie the stories together and he'll put the jokes all funny. But yeah, no, fucking hilarious. Good show. Talked about
Was there any openers or anyone for the
yeah,
actors? Just
Mark Smalls, he was good.
All right.
And Steve Fury, he was all right. They were both good. Both good. Good way to definitely
Good fluffers.
Yes, definitely good fluffers. As a matter of fact, Mark Smalls made
The fluffer.
check him out. So at one point, Bert's like he's a few sheets to the wind. He's sitting there and he goes, he's looking around. And he goes,
Seems to be the trend for
how old are
conversations tonight.
How old are you? Because there's a younger kid in the audience. He goes, I'm 15. He goes, 15. Nice. He goes, no, stop that shit right there. No, that's not what I meant. Fucking Christ. Let's go. Right. Moving on. Next subject. And then throughout the show, he's sitting there like busting chops with the kid, telling him, "Is that advice for you?"
Not you.
Because you lost your virginity yet? No. Oh, want to? And dude, I'll butcher it. I'm sorry. Tops Off World Tour. That was the last show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right. I would have loved to have gone yesterday, but I'm like, we were driving down to see the movie. I'm like, man, we drive down, see the movie, and I'm like, that's a late night. And I already knew I was going to have to go in early this morning for overtime for work. It was like, I don't really want to.
But no, I mean, definitely a good show. Definitely a good show. I ended up taking the boy with me, 15-year-old. So
Was it him?
no, no, because it wouldn't have been as awkward for Marius to hug the big black guy that Mike. So Garth was the 7'4", yeah, 7'4" black guy. Mike was like the 5'9", 15-year-old little white dude. And at one point, Bert gets them to hug each other.
Why not? It only makes sense.
But the big one's like 6'1", 6'2".
Right.
So it wouldn't have been as bad. I mean, this kid goes up to hug.
I don't know. 7'4" is fucking big.
It is. It is. And when you saw the little white kid hug the freaking big black guy on camera, he's like putting his face in his stomach. It's like,
your belly button smells.
oh, and then Bert goes, "Is that your lady friend with you?"
Yeah.
And it's a fucking tiny little white chick. He goes,
Of course.
he goes, so let me ask you a question. The whole crowd, ooh, he's no, never mind. Fuck that. Y'all thought it. We ain't got to worry about it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Probably pulls it out. It's like, oh my God, anaconda. Where does it go?
Get that thing away from me.
But yeah, no, it was definitely a good show. Of course, before even the openers started, everybody, all the fat guys in the show, in the audience, are taking off their shirt. They're doing the tops off camera. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's funny because I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, there's a pair. There's a pair. There's a pair. Oh, there's a pair. Girls with their tits out, and of course, so the camera's not focusing on them.
Right.
It's kind of just proves to the audience. So you catch a glimpse. Maybe you see it starts, whoop, and then the camera stops, goes back down. Like the boob would slowly start to go into the picture on the big screen. Nope, camera goes away. Of course, there's one like 20 feet to the left of me. I look over and I see her pop the top off, and I'm like,
oh God, where's the other one?
of course I go,
That was in a car wreck.
I go, well, at least I don't have to worry about them showing that on the screen. Look at the screen. What does he do? Pans right over it to the next fat guy. I'm like, everybody just saw that.
Oh, get it off the screen.
Bert makes a comment about his wife being 53. He's like, oh my God, I almost stood my mouth saying that. She's 53. He talks about being on testosterone. His wife's on testosterone and a couple other things. He's like, you watch your girl to be a fucking whore. My wife's a fucking slut. I love that crazy bitch. Fucking hate her too. What? He's like, and I've lost enough weight now I can actually watch her giving me a blowjob. He's like, you ever get one of those blowjobs where you feel like, oh yeah, she's all the way in. Then you look down and you see she's barely going past. He's like, I actually was like, wow. Oh, okay, I guess I'm not as big as I thought I was.
Oh, that's disheartening.
Oh, but fucking hilarious though, man.
That's
very
awesome.
funny.
That was down at MVP Arena?
Yeah, MVP Arena. It was a good time though.
Yeah. A week prior to that, I was down there too.
Yeah, you lucky fucking bastard.
Which
that
would have been a surprise to me. I didn't know until that day.
She told me it was supposed to be a surprise.
But that was cool.
No shit, stupid.
I haven't been to a wrestling show, WWE show in 25 years. We went and saw Raw at Albany MVP Arena. But it was good, especially because we were 4 rows back from the commentary table.
Oh.
So we were fucking right on top of everything. Which I was like, I don't want to ask.
One of those nights you wish Trish Stratus appeared, huh? You've been right on top of that.
Yeah, I didn't want to know what the cost of those tickets were. Fuck, man, we're on TV. We get there, and everyone...
We're not on TV yet.
There's 2 things that everyone's doing, and the crowd, when we're like, everyone's filing in before the show goes on. Like, everyone does the Ric Flair woo. And it's funny because one person does it, and then everyone like does it throughout the entire thing. Or they go yeet from Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, because that's his thing. Which there's a story behind that, but there's Yeah. So we're doing like woo, and everyone's going woo, like, and I'm talking to Emma, and everyone starts doing that, and all of a sudden I go, I'm talking, and I go, yeah, in the middle of a sentence, go woo. She starts to laugh. She goes, "It's like when dogs, like when a siren goes off, and dogs just can't help themselves but howl." I go, "Yeah, that's pretty much it."
You know what would have been better?
What?
Sitting there talking. I want to talk about the future of our family. Woo! Yeah, woo! I swear, if you chest chop that, you're sending her fucking flying. She weighs like all of 50 pounds.
But the thing with the yeet thing I was talking about, there was actually a cease and desist. I don't know if it's cease and desist, but there was a warning, I guess, put on WWE. They couldn't use yeet because I guess there was some streamer, video game streamer, that trademarked it. Well, I just got news today that says they solved that, and Jey Uso can now once again use yeet.
They paid for it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And plus the fact is, like, Jay's going to get that over way more than some well, at least assuming some streamer's going to get. But I guess there's like merchandise and everything this streamer has it with yeet on it.
Yeah.
But that I was like, how do you fucking trademark yeet? And then I'm like, well, I think McMahon did at one time with "You're Fired," and that's pretty.
No, that was Trump.
Did Trump? Yeah, but Trump did he? I know he tried to. Yeah, it was because I remember everyone.
The Apprentice.
Everyone was like, McMahon's been doing that for fucking 15 years prior.
Yeah.
And then after he ends up going on, and they had that like whole rivalry thing.
Yeah, Battle of the Billionaires or something like that.
Yeah, with the whole hair versus hair.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
And then he became president. But what else? Oh, 49ers. Watch
10-3. Yep.
10-3, and now
Eagles
number 1 seed in the NFC because
the Eagles lost.
Dallas stomped the Eagles.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know what happened to the Eagles, but the bigger story that's been circulating and it just kind of made me chuckle is Patrick Mahomes crying, damn near literally crying about the last call of yesterday's game when they lost to the Bills, 2017. The receiver was in the neutral zone before the snap of the ball. And now he goes on. Mahomes is talking about how, you should just let the players play, and it just sucks when game at the last play of the game and the outcome is determined by a call from the officials, and it's not just determined by the players on the field. He's going on and on and on about this, complaining about it. There's even a video of him when he goes up, at the end of the game when they go across the field and shake hands, coaches, players, and everything. Josh Allen, quarterback for Buffalo, goes to shake his hand. And Mahomes goes right up to him and goes, "That was a bullshit. That was the biggest bullshit call I've ever heard in my life."
Wow, talk about a sad sport, huh?
Oh my God. And I saw, that's the first thing I saw. I didn't see the play. And I brought it up this morning to one of the guys I work with. And I go, yeah, what the hell play are they talking about? And he goes, hold on. And he goes in his phone and he finds a still. And he shows a still of the wide receiver lined up on the line. On the line. He's literally on the line of scrimmage where the ball is on. Yeah. He's ahead of the fucking center who snaps the ball. And I'm like, there's no disputing this. Like, he's very much offsides. Very much. And the flag was thrown at the snap of the ball. After that, the whole play ensues where the Chiefs score a touchdown, which would have won them the game had he not been offsides. And after that, he's like, well, it was a late flag, and this and that, and they call this thing. It's like, no, it wasn't. Everything was done for a fucking change. Everything was done by the book, the way it's supposed to. Yeah,
because you have till that ball is snapped, or
whenever the encroachment is, that's when you throw the flag, and that's what happened. If it was off pass interference, that's when they throw the flag. They don't throw the flag pass interference before the ball snapped because nothing's fucking happened. You know how that works?
So, because you played football, we both played football. We both know, like they probably saw it. Like, he better back up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That is not the job of the officials to tell them to back up. As a wide receiver,
no, when you commit the offense, that's when the flag gets thrown.
Yeah.
So they're not going to sit there and say, hey, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but you need to back up. No, they're going to sit there and be like, Okay, snap that ball.
That's what I mean. It is on the receiver from modified football or pee-wee or whatever the hell, all the way right to the pros. That it's the receiver's job to get on the line of scrimmage, check with the official, am I off the line or am I on sides? And he'll tell you yes or no, back up.
Yeah.
But the official's not going to fucking baby. You make how many millions of fucking dollars? Not going to babysit you up there.
You had one job.
Yeah. And you fucked it up. And because of that,
Mahomes is crying.
Now your team is 8-5. Fuck you. Kermit the Frog's all bitching and complaining up behind the podium. We should have won.
This has been good.
Yeah, so watching Mahomes like just complain about, and then someone put a compilation of calls that went Mahomes' way when he was complaining about how, just let the players play. Specifically, and this was talked about on SportsCenter, and a whole bunch of fucking fans, NFL fans across the board are like, okay, so if what Mahomes is arguing right now, if they went back and they didn't throw that, and that was consistent, Chiefs didn't win the Super Bowl last year. Because the Super Bowl was decided on the last play, the same shoddy call, but went in the Chiefs' favor. Mm-hmm. So then if that happens, Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl. Because
that's the ball back.
But someone put a compilation of video compilation together of all these fucking calls that just happen to go the Chiefs' way.
Yeah.
But now this one doesn't, and they're like, fuck it, this is bullshit.
It's not favoritism anymore.
That's what that literally is what it is. It's he is the new Tom Brady. Like, the officials just most of the time want to fondle his nutsack. And, it is what it is. But along with sports, Juan Soto going to the Yankees. So Juan Soto's on the Yankees.
You're welcome for
and
that. He's definitely related. I let him kiss my sister. It's his sister, too.
Ohtani signing a $700 million contract.
For what?
Well, let me see.
Ohtani. What is that?
Yamamoto. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Oh, it went down. Wait a minute. Oh, geez. What is it? Shohei Ohtani? Massive $700 million deal with the Dodgers. Defers $680 million for 10 years.
Oh, so he's got he waits. Okay.
Now. So he agreed to sign a $700 million contract for 10 years, which is fucking disgusting. $680 million is disgusting. I remember when A-Rod signed his extension with the Yankees back in, was it 2004 or 5, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Or 5 or 6, I don't know. And it was 10 years for $275 million. And at that time, everyone was like, $275 fucking million. Like, what the flying fuck? And then in the years since, people have crossed, like Garrett Coles was like, what, $315 million or something like that. And then there was a few that were up like $320 million, whatever they were. And then they just dropped this number of, like, Ohtani signs agrees to a $700 million. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, why don't you just push another $300 million? Just like, I'm the first $1 billion fucking player in the MLB. Like, the money is so beyond. Either business is that good for the MLB, or inflation is at such a fucking massive level. So $700 million only gets me groceries for 8 weeks.
That's what you get for shopping at Whole Foods and being vegan.
Yeah, but I couldn't. 700, and then the Dodgers are also talking about going after this Yamamoto pitcher from Japan, obviously. Definitely. But they're
sure? Sounds Australian to me.
Yeah, it's definitely from Canada or one of those Mexican countries. But they're talking about his contract being around $300 million at least, like projected. It's like, well, the Dodgers signed him. They have 2 players that are worth $1 billion fucking dollars. Well, are being paid $1 billion
Over 10 years.
Because obviously, the Yankees have been proof positive of this. Doesn't matter how much money you pump into your fucking payroll, if they don't produce. How many times have the Yankees been like, God, we're like one of, if not the highest fucking paid players in the league, and they get knocked out in like the divisional round or something. It's like a wild card. We made wild card. Like, you fucking kidding me? It's like you're surpassed the last luxury fucking tax of like $297 million a year what you're paying out to your players, and look, we made the wild card. We won 90 games this year. I'm like, fuck you and your stupid fucking payroll. Like, it should be performance based. Tell me I'm wrong. Baseball should be performance based. If every other fucking job,
every sport should be performance based.
You're right. So then they don't get like a huge fucking contract, and then we're like, I'm gonna phone it in for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed. $700 million, $460 million is guaranteed. So even if I don't even fucking show up, I'm still getting almost $500 million. Like I said, fuck you and your stupid fucking money.
Look, we could debate this all night, but at the end of it, those guys' lives are hard.
I know. They got 6 fucking months off a year. It's like being a school teacher.
Aren't you hot for teacher? Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
I broke down, and this is off from sports and everything. I normally don't cover sports, but whatever. This is kind of bullshit in here. I bought the physical copy of, or pre-ordered the physical copy of Gigabash.
Oh, yeah.
Only because I read another article of Amazon, apparently. I think it was Amazon on PlayStation. Something about some licensing agreement, or I can't remember exactly what it was. But I guess movies that they had are no longer going to be available. Even if you bought the movie and downloaded it, it was no longer available. And like shit like that is the reason why I fucking have however many
Disney
700. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. 700 fucking hard copy of movies, just because of that reason. One, if you're just streaming, there's no guarantee it's always going to be on the streaming service.
Yeah. And all it takes is one licensing to get pissed off.
Yeah, and they just pull it.
Fuck your system.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's the reason. Like, there's a lot of digital games, which is great. It's convenient because it's easy. It's like, I don't want to go all the way to somebody to get it. Or even if you order it, it's like, I'll just get it now and just download it.
Yeah,
that's fine. But just that reason, like something happens, there's a falling out somewhere, and now the game's gone.
Yeah.
So I'd rather.
I'll have to stop at the GameStop up in my work area.
Well, it's all
pre-order.
Well, they could probably do it at GameStop, I'm sure. I went right to the website and was it limited supply, I think it's limited order, limitedsupply.com. And that's where it's like going through.
Should have put down for 2. Thanks. No, I'm not going to get one.
I think it was 48 and change or 49 and change total. Something like that. But I was like, do I want to get it? I was like, yes, I do. I got the PlayStation 5 version, which is... The thing that sucks is all of my save data is on the PS4 version.
You could transfer it over.
No, it doesn't transfer for like my level and everything. It didn't transfer any of that over.
No. So did you...
It's got the DLC and all that, but my file is still level 1. My PS4 file is like level 300 something.
You played it here?
The PS4 in here, yeah.
No wonder you suck at Brawlhalla. What do you do? Sit right there and stare up?
No, sit back here. Why would I sit way up there? No, that controller's fine. That's a whole other thing.
It's the control.
I'll let you take it. I'll let you use it. And every time you play it, press right, it goes down. That's how many times
You
I
have
go.
dick drift.
How many times I go? It's not. Well, no, I actually use the analog stick because the D-pad fucking sucks.
The D doesn't work, does
It
it?
doesn't. It curves down and to the right.
How's it hanging, Fletcher?
Short
So
shrivel
that
to
always to the
the
left. What's up, buddy? You're a cholesterol, fatty. What's it gonna be, Fletcher? A pop bark eventually. All right.
Oh Jesus! But anyway,
Yeah. So,
the Marvels, I saw kind of going on with just like the regular bullshit, like Hollywood and sports and all this stuff, just kind of bullshit on. Yeah, we were talking about how like the Marvels bombed, right? And I had this conversation with a couple of people, and nobody likes Brie Larson, like just Captain Marvel. You know, the one that shows up at Endgame and like everyone's like, "What's
who's the
that?"
one that banged Charlie Sheen?
I have no. Isn't it like fucking?
No, I don't think her name is Brie Larson.
I have no idea. Michael Jackson? I don't know.
No, who plays Captain
Marvel. Brie Larson.
Brie Larson? Okay, who dated Charlie Sheen?
Takes a minute to load. Charlie, why is your picture on there? Snow? Like the rapper?
That's not it. That's not her. Not her. Not her.
Who are you looking for? Or who are you thinking
It's
of?
a Brie something. Brie Olsen, maybe?
Brie. One of the Olsen sisters?
I don't know.
Oh, no, that's Mary Kate and Ashley.
He did. You know Charlie Sheen dated Winona Ryder?
Checks out. They're both weird. Didn't she shoplift? Was that Winona? Yeah, I think it was Winona Ryder. She shoplifted.
What porn star was Charlie?
God, here's the ATF is really going to start fucking watching you.
Brie Olsen.
Brie Olsen?
I was right. So when you said Brie Larson, I'm like, wait,
Is
what?
that any relation to the Olsens? All the Olsens?
That's their mom.
Is it?
No, I have no fucking clue.
Could be.
It would explain why they turned out the way they did.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know. What's her face that plays Scarlet Witch?
Shit.
It's not Mary Kate or Ashley. It's the other sister. She turned out.
She also starred in Godzilla.
Yeah, she turned out okay.
Yeah.
All the fucking Mary Kate and Ashley are not so much. But
No, they're fine.
they have a clothing line or
They've
something.
had a very successful clothing line for a long time now.
Is it for kids or something? I don't know what it is.
Tweens.
Was it? Oh, going all the way back.
You know, the ones where you need maritime law.
Yeah.
Don't look it up, folks at home. It's a very bad route you don't want to go down. Sorry for even making that joke.
Yeah, the ATF is going to be on your ass, too.
What is maritime law, and why does that mean I get to have sex with a 16-year-old girl? Search. Whoa! Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, you guys are fast. Fine. Have your way with me.
Hey, where you going? What the fuck is they talking about?
I don't remember.
Brie Larson.
Got the Marvel bomb.
Yeah, the reason why for a while I couldn't figure out exactly why I didn't like the Captain Marvel. Like, aside from Brie Larson being a fucking twat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard there was a video on YouTube which it was articulated perfectly. I was like, that's it. That's why I don't like the movie. And first I was like, is it because she's a woman? Is it because it's a woman lead? Am I like it's fucking sexist? Is this just shit because it's a woman?
Misogynistic.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, it probably is, but
there's a cream for that.
Yeah.
It's called penicillin.
That's right. And this guy was talking on it, and he was talking about Captain Marvel, or the Marvel specifically. And he's like, why did this movie bomb? First, it's got two characters. One, all the characters have the exact same power, like energy manipulation, like the exact same fucking thing. Secondly, two of them, nobody gives a shit about. They had the one kid, like Miss Marvel from the fucking TV show, that nobody watched because everyone's marveled out. I think there's just too much fucking... And the black woman from WandaVision, who got her powers by going through the whatever fucking force field, and it's like, oh, I can bend light or see light, whatever fucking you do now. I can do something. Nobody cares.
And that's not a light, and I looked right at your lamp, like, oh.
Oh, you're not powerful. But then it's the exact same thing. And then you have Captain Marvel, who's way fucking overpowered. And I think that was the problem, is with all the other Marvel characters, they all had to overcome something. And they were all, their back was against the ropes at some point in their story arcs, or multiple times in their story arcs.
Yeah.
With Captain Marvel, she fucking came in, and she was already overpowered. When she came in Endgame, she came in, destroyed Thanos' ship, and then went over and got punched.
He manhandles her, though.
Well, he punched her in the face, and she didn't even move. No, he headbutted her, and she didn't even move. She didn't even react to it.
Yeah, but then when they actually started fist fighting, and she realizes, oh shit. Yeah, he uses an Infinity Stone to help.
Yeah,
but still,
that's what I mean. He had to use the Infinity fucking Stone to do anything. Every other character they know is like, fuck, we can't do anything against this guy. He's a Mad Titan, and with the Infinity Stones, we're really fucked. But here comes fucking Brie Larson screaming down through the cloud, feminism, bringing down the ship, toxic masculinity. And then,
it's funny, I think that's what Thanos' ship was called. The SS Toxic Masculinity.
That's right. But I'm like, that's the reason. Because she's just fucking way overpowered.
Yeah.
She has there's no point in any story of hers, at least for the Marvel big screen, where I feel like, shit, she could lose.
No, yeah, there really isn't.
No. So I'm like, why do I fucking care?
I never even thought about that.
Like, yeah, and I couldn't figure out, I was like, why can't I don't care about this character? And I'm like,
that's why all these other superheroes we connect with.
Yeah, exactly. They're all flawed majorly. Like, Captain America is flawed because it's like, this is what I believe in, but this is what everyone wants me to do. Iron Man is flawed because I created this fucking problem. Now I'm going to have to try to, like, handle it and try to maintain it. But in doing that, it's also flawed because now...
And creating more problems.
Yeah, it's like, there's just constant, like, I got to fix this, but I created another problem. I got to fix it, and I got to create another problem. I got to fix... Like... Spider-Man is a fucking kid. He's a kid living his kid life, and now he has this massive...
At any given chance, he could be the victim of molesting. You never know.
Yeah, the Green Goblin? Come on. But they're all mad.
Like, I mean, if you do remember, Green Goblin, William Dafoe, sleep. You really mean to tell me Tobey Maguire woke up and goes, ow! Because his back hurt? No.
My back. I did that to you.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, they all have, like, major flaws and major weaknesses. Yeah. Not Brie, though, and that was probably her doing. No, I can't have any weakness.
I won't play the character unless I'm perfect.
All right, Herd. I bet you they have dinner together constantly. You know, I think Johnny...
All right. Will you stop with the talk? Oh, no. Wait, how's it go? All right, enough talking about yourself. Let's talk... No, enough talking about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about how great I am? Wait, what?
I mean...
It's usually how it goes.
Yeah, but I just thought that was interesting. I was like, you know...
Speaking of back and forth, like the Amber Heard, the Heard Depp trial... you hear about the Republican debate?
I did. I did. But before I move on to that, I was just going to say that that's, with the whole Brie Larson thing, that was the same problem I feel as though the Star Wars saga had, the sequel trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rey they discover her and like she's way fucking overpowered with the Force.
Yeah, there was,
and she barely did any training, and all of a sudden she's like, I am a Jedi Master. I'm like, what?
That pissed me off. And then you had all these other characters where it's like, till today, I don't care. Finn should have been a Force wielder.
A lot of people think that.
Snoke, what the fuck's his storyline?
All right, well, that is the problem of the directors and the writing, because J.J. Abrams set that story up. Rian Johnson came in, took it in a fucking completely different direction, and then J.J. Abrams came back and tried to take whatever pieces he could to veer it somewhere in the direction he had it going before.
Yeah.
And I think the Emperor coming back was a cop-out because...
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say cop-out.
It was a safe bet.
Yes, because they killed Snoke off, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that J.J. Abrams had that in mind, killing Snoke off and having something else be like the guy behind the scenes running the show. It's like, well, we killed Snoke off, and in lore, the Emperor has cheated death before. He said it in the prequel trilogy when he was talking to Anakin. Mm-hmm. Or, well, he said it's possible, so you know he has. So bring the Emperor back. And when you see him, it was one of those moments where I'm like, awesome, but at the same time, it's like, you should be dead, though, because Vader killed you, redeeming Vader. So you being back just doesn't make sense.
Makes Vader a bad guy again. Way to go.
Yeah, fuck, he's back.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. Why do you have to be such a selfish person? I think the Emperor would be a little more emperor-y.
A little more empathetic.
Yeah, empathy. That's
How about you give me some empathy?
Yeah, like Elon has for Alex Jones.
Yeah,
that's why he got voted back on.
Yes.
So I did see that he held a poll for him, and 70% of everyone that voted, which was like 78,000 people, I think it was, something like that.
Yeah.
And they voted to have him back on, and then they held a town square, which I sent to you this morning. I just happened to see it on YouTube. They had a town square.
Oh, yeah,
like with a whole bunch, like Vivek Ramaswamy and Redhead Libertarian. Matt Gaetz is on it. Who else was on it? Andrew Tate. He ended up being on it. Like, there's a shit ton of people, and it was like an hour and a half long. And they started off like, Alex Jones was talking about why he got banned, and so him and Elon Musk are kind of going back and forth, and got that out of the way, which me, like being an Alex Jones fan, had already heard like all the apologies and this is what happened, this is why it happened. So I already knew that from him being on Tim Pool and Joe Rogan and everything else. But he was talking to different people that maybe don't know the whole story, so they got that out of the way. And then they were just talking about like the Republican Party and everything. And it was funny during the town square because each person had to mute themselves if they're going to be muted. Well, during the conversation, Vivek Ramaswamy took a piss, and you could hear it. And then he washed his hands. I'm like, this guy's running for president. That's awesome. And he goes, and he comes back, and he goes, we can hear you. We can hear the water in the background. He's going, oh, I'm sorry, guys. But going along with the Vivek thing. But so Alex Jones is back. Yes. He's back on X, whatever you want to call it, which is great because now they can, the shit that people like me have been like finding things like, listen to him, he says he's reporting this, and it's like, holy shit, and you look into it, and then I report it like, just like, oh dude, check this out, and then it gets out to like, we don't so much have to do a lot of that anymore. Now it's in white. When it goes sideways, it goes to white. Now it goes to like directly from the horse's mouth, so it can get out a little faster. But,
hell yeah,
yeah. But going back, Vivek with the Republican debate, number 4, the fourth one, which is last week. That was Nikki Haley got torched. She got fucking torched.
Oh my god!
Vivek goes off on Nikki Haley to the point where fucking Krispy Kreme Christie, he he like defends her, and Vivek made a comment. He goes, and they were talking about specifically the Ukraine thing.
Yeah.
And Vivek goes, you're a warmonger. You're always like trying to push for these wars to go over there. He goes, I bet you can't even name 3 provinces over in Ukraine. And I don't know if it was on purpose or just by chance. The camera pans right to Nikki's face. As he asks that question, she has this blank, dumb look on her face. Like, yeah. And I don't know. Maybe it was because like it wasn't her time to speak, so she was just kind of like spaced or something. Maybe that's a stretch, and she's just fucking stupid. I don't know, but she's. I mean, she is what she is. There was, but then like he pauses for a second, and he goes, "I didn't think so." He just fucking torches her. He signs up. He's talking to her, and he holds up a sign. It's written. It says, "Nikki equals corrupt," because she is kind of a warmonger. She pushes for all these wars and everything. And like Vivek says, like you probably can't even name 3 provinces over in Ukraine that you want to send billions of dollars to. So and like I said, Chris Christie went to her defense. And it's like, you insult her intelligence. You don't have to agree with her policies, but you insult her intelligence.
She's the reason I can still masturbate.
Chris Christie, every time he opens his mouth on the stage, like my eyes instinctively roll. I can't help. I was like, fuck, will you just shut the fuck up and go away? Fuck you.
When I hear
in
him
your
talk,
stupid fucking donut belly.
When I hear him talk, it's usually...
Yeah, his first thing is like he initially just started. He still does actually. Goes right to attacking Trump. Like the first thing he said, like I think it was the first debate. He goes, the 5th guy should be up on stage here with us, but he's ducking us. It's Donald Duck. Like, oh, I really got a zinger in there, and everyone's like, you're a fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up. And he never used it since.
You realize you're the fat kid that nobody likes to pick to play dodgeball? Yeah. Only because we know you're terrible at the sport?
Actually,
everyone's going to throw the ball at you?
Someone brought up pictures of him when he was younger, and he was actually fit. It's like, what the fuck happened? And I think, he was on 60 Minutes or fucking... I don't remember what fucking interview it was. And... oh, fuck. What the hell's her name? It's an old broad that fucking interviews people. Whatever, it doesn't matter. She asked him, was like, you're overweight. It's just blatant. He goes, yeah, I know. She goes, why? He goes, I don't know. It just so happens to be that way. And it's funny.
Maybe if you put down the fucking fork, we can discuss the reason why.
Calorie in versus calories out. I was like, maybe he's just big boned, like Cartman. We don't know. It's very unfair of us to body shame. You know that? Maybe it's just big boned. But then, like Les Brown says, motivational speaker, he's like, I've never seen a fat skeleton, so.
Just a lot of fat fucks.
Yeah, but anyway, going back to the whole Nikki Haley thing. So like she had this like dumbfounded look on her face, just like, It was like a couple minutes later, she named a couple minutes later she named I think one of them. And you watch it. Well, it's either that or someone texts her. It's like, just say this. She looks at her phone and be like,
Dubai.
Yeah. It reminds me.
You're retarded and need to kill yourself.
There's this video of this couple people with a phone confronting this progressive fucking protester, I guess, writing from the river to the sea, or spray painting it. And it's like, well, can you at least do you know what you're writing, like what that means? And it's like, no, it's not racism. It's like, that's anti-Semitic. It's not racist. It's not anti-Semitic. It's like, well, do you at least know what river and what sea they're talking about? And no, of course not. It's like, so why are you writing this shit? Like, you don't fucking know. This is what I was saying before last week, whatever fucking week. I was like, do you fucking know what you're saying?
No, they don't.
Do you really know? But that's what this whole thing with Nikki Haley reminded me of. It's like, you don't even know, like, what you're voting on shit, and you don't even know where it's like, can you point out Ukraine on a map, let alone fucking where?
But it's popular, and that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want to be the cool kids, so they're letting the jocks put fingers in their butt.
She also wants to. One of her things, she made a comment. She wants everyone's names, like basically a government ID, to be associated with whatever comment they make on any social media platform. Which I'm like, that's fucking doxing. Like on the TikTok we have on YouTube and everything, it's all under like this basically pseudonym. It's under like the name of like the whole umbrella I do all this shit under.
Yeah.
It's under Studio Talk. It's under Tiki God Studios. It's under all that bullshit. Like she wants to, so no matter what you say, your name is attached to it. It's like, well, it's just a fucking quick Google search with anybody's name and you can find whoever you want with all their information. No.
Fuck
like,
that.
Get that fucking bullshit out of here.
Fuck, that is right.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not a good idea at all. I don't even know where you would come up with the idea. It's like, yeah, we should do that. No, we shouldn't. Yeah, but so that was the fourth debate.
Fuck that, bro.
That was just a couple things I pulled off from the fourth debate, and I watched that. You know what's funny? I didn't even know there was a fourth debate. The only reason I knew is because Tim Pool brought it up. And I turned Tim Pool on, and then like the headline was like commentary in the fourth debate. I'm like, "There's a fourth? Wait, I missed the third."
What happened to the first? I mean, I remember when that happened, but what about number 2 and number 3?
Yeah, like I didn't even know. Right at the beginning of it, they brought up, to Chris Christie. They're like, "You are talking about like if you get into office and like how you do well in this and like how, like winning," and then she brought up. But Trump is leading you in even your own district by like 49 points.
You ever getting that back, Fatty?
Yeah. How are you going?
Jesus.
Which really, it really is the debate of the lesser known candidates because like Trump's leading everything by not only double digits.
Not even a small margin.
No, it's like 40 and 50 points.
It's fucking crazy.
It's not even close. And right now they had a poll that said if there was an election now, I think Trump's up by 47 to 43 over Biden. Like in presidential terms, like that's not, like, especially nowadays, we don't have landslide elections anymore.
No.
Like that's about as close to a landslide as you're gonna get. But I mean, Biden's doing such a good job. So.
Yeah.
And under his administration too, someone that follows right along with it is Hochul. More Hochul. Right after we went on a fucking tirade last week, it was like what I had like 4 or 5 different things we're talking about, one after another after another. She releases another thing today.
The congestion tax.
Yeah. What the fuck? So if you go to work, you get fucking like. First, I'm like, okay, this is for tourists or some shit like that. Nope.
Everybody.
It's for fucking people that work there too.
They want you to they want everybody to ride the bus, everybody to ride the subway, everybody to ride the train. Which is fucking stupid. I mean, watch to see. Just wait and see how long it takes for that shit to stop. Because when you've got, and I'm not talking about 1 or 2 a day, I'm talking like thousands of big rig trucks coming in and out of that city every day.
Right.
You're not talking about a once in a while fee that they have to pay to get in and get out. No. You're talking about some of these trucks that come into that go in and out of the city sometimes 2 or 3 times in a day.
Right.
They're going to be like, fuck that. I'm paying too much money a year just to get your product to you. Not happening.
Yeah.
We're out.
And that's going to reflect on the prices of products.
Yep.
Like, there's no way it can't. Because not only they're paying for fuel and the drivers, well, now you got to pay for the extra taxes going in and out of the city. And for every vehicle, it's a different price too.
Yeah,
like for a commercial,
it's like 7. Cars
is it?
Like
it's
15.
a 15, I think. Yeah, and some of them went up to like, what was that, like 90 or some crazy ass shit? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know about that much. I know it's like motorcycles like 7.
Maybe it was like
cars
30.
are like 15.
Maybe I'm a little hyperbolic.
Pickup trucks are like 25. 25.
All right, here we go. We got the Planned Traffic Mobility Review Board. Also includes $24 fare for small trucks, $36 fare for large trucks.
Yep.
Toll structure would apply from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. Toll rates would be 75% lower at night.
But here's the thing.
Easy.
And this is where the $96 comes into play.
Okay.
So when you come into the city, let's say you go to the local Target, we'll say.
Right.
Takes a couple hours to get the truck unloaded. You leave. You go back. Drop off trailer. Oh, we got another one. Now, mind you, it's only a couple hour run from this place to the Target you got to go to.
Right.
Hey, we got another one going in for you. So now that's $36 twice. That's $72.
Right.
Just to get that truck in and out of the city. Now, that truck does 2 deliveries every day, Monday through Friday. Let's do some math here. Calculator, because I'm stupid. 72 times 5
Don't think that about yourself.
equals $360 a week. 360 times 52, almost $20,000. It's 18,720.
But don't worry. Right here, there will be a $5 rebate for drivers, including trucks going through Holland, Lincoln, Hugh Carey, and Queens Midtown tunnels. The rebate, however, won't apply overnight. So yellow taxis avoid the tolls, instead passing a $1.25 fare charge onto their passengers. For hire vehicles like Uber and Lyft, will charge passengers an extra $2.50 a ride. Where does the money go? In Hochul's pocket. Oh. I'm just kidding.
Her wizard sleeve pocket.
That's right.
For those of you who don't know, Google wizard sleeve. Female wizard sleeve. That's where our money's going, into Hochul's female wizard sleeve.
Generate the bonds, which would sell bonds. All right. So by law, the congestion pricing policy must generate at least $1 billion that would be allocated to the MTA, which would sell bonds in order to generate $15 billion for its capital plan. Sounds like they're gambling. Anyway, that funding would be used to help fund critical projects such as infrastructure improvements, maintenance, and upgrades to buses and subways, including the extension of 2nd Avenue subway to East Harlem. How long before that's actually in upstate New York? Like, I mean, it's not going to be somewhere like here.
No, it'll be.
At least I don't think it would be.
It'll be in all of the
like Albany,
cities,
Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo,
maybe Schenectady.
Right.
You know, depending on the commerce level, I guess.
And if like for lower income, see, cars, 50% discount will be available for low income drivers after the first 10 trips in 1 calendar month. So it's not even before. It's like you have to make 10 trips to earn your to earn your discount. So give us money and then you get your discount, but you're still giving us money. That's, it makes sense. Yeah, so I was like, wow, man, Hochul's really fucking, she just wants to be in the news. Talk about me. It's like, it's all negative.
So was my HIV test.
So it's funny because it's probably true. It's a joke, people. It's funny.
It's a joke, not a dick.
Comedy.
Or a vagina. Don't beat it so hard.
Yeah, insert it where you need it.
Oh, yeah, that too, yes.
Yeah, that's right. But at the same time, they're doing this thing. New York City also is eliminating working from home. Because they're also trying to do this, like, this will help with our ESG score.
No, they want people to fucking
try to cut down on,
If you work from home, you don't need to drive in and out of the city during congestion hours.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's what it is. But, I mean, what they're saying is, like, this will cut down on our carbon footprint.
You know, it also cut down
so
on the carbon footprint.
Get rid of working from home.
Taking a fist in the ass.
I don't know how, but the logic is sound.
Holy fuck, I'm sorry.
I don't know. Oh, what else? Immigrants, military service.
Yeah. You can now serve
your way into the country.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess, they're doing this because the low rate of people willingly signing up for the military. Which is also the reason why people have been like, all right, so I don't want to go fight for this country. Because, one, right now politics is pop culture, and just all this news is flowing like fucking the salmon of Capistrano. Yeah, you know.
Oh, look at the buns on that.
Yeah, he must work out. But there's so much fucking negative news.
Yeah.
The 200 fucking ex-military, or like Navy or whatever the hell it was, being investigated now.
Yeah.
For evidently saying it was like, oh yeah, I should overthrow the government, which maybe it was an actual coup or something being planned. Or maybe it was just like, yeah, maybe it was just like gaming online, be like, oh god, someone should overthrow this government. I was just reading this thing. It's like, yeah,
I know how to overthrow this country with this dick. And of course,
he's a terrorist.
The left media, well, he identifies as a woman, or that's what we'll tell people in case they find out he said about overthrowing this country with his dick. That's it. Go after him for overthrowing the country.
That's right. Yeah, maybe it is a stretch like this. I mean, they've stretched before.
And we've made crazier jokes that fucking come true. Holy fuck.
Yeah, so. Oh, jeez, I don't even know. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
So there's just not, like, yeah, the military's not getting their numbers.
No.
So I think this is kind of a.
Well, let me ask you something. No offense. I hate to cut you off. Let me ask you something. Why would you want to serve for a country? No offense. I love this country. I would serve tomorrow if I was asked to. But a lot of these 18 to 25-year-olds, especially, those are that's when they want them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think it's encouraging or inspiring to want to serve your country knowing that the veteran problem that we deal with on the daily here now, they look at my business,
Right.
somebody, I've talked to plenty of people, 18 to 25-year-olds. Oh, man, I thought about driving truck. Don't do it. Why? Benefits ain't what they used to be.
Right.
And the money ain't there anymore. Well, it could come back. I'm like, the only reason I'm doing this is because it pays the bills and it gives me a little bit extra.
Right.
Trust me, if I can go back to college and get whatever I wanted right now, hands-free, I'll fucking take it. So they're seeing what the industry does and how people are walking out of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing goes for the military. You've got these 18 to 25-year-olds coming out of high school, coming out of college that are seeing homeless vets be put on the back burner on the daily. The insurance circle is getting smaller.
That's across the board, too.
Yeah.
That's not even just military. That's just, and military should be taken care of straight through, like,
you should be able, as a
near 100%.
As long as you did your term, did your contract, whatever you want to call it, as long as you left the military in good standings, you should be able to walk into any fucking doctor's office, any hospital, flash that badge, and get taken care of.
Yeah.
But no.
No, yeah, you can't.
So they see their future in the streets.
I think that's partial. That's partial reason. That I'm sure that's like a group is be like, nah, not worth it. And there's probably also another group that, we'll just say the progressive group, the ones that what do they call low T soy boys. We'll just say. The ones that are around the coastal sections of the United States. The ones where up in New York it's very blue and Cali it's very blue. Those people.
Are you talking about Democrats?
Well, I'm not saying how they vote. Just saying what they are.
They're very blue people.
Yeah.
They're very sad all the time.
But they're not going to serve in the military. And they'll give a reason for whatever. It's racist. I'm like, I don't know.
It's systemically racist. It's imbued with misogyny, male dominance, white privilege.
And honestly, it's very woke now. You see like the military commercials and everything now. It's like, I got two moms. It's like a fucking cartoon intro. I'm like, not the military is supposed to be like, we're
Hoorah, we're here to cut and kick ass and take names.
yeah, and somewhere along the lines, we're like, no, Disney seems to be doing it right. Let's just follow their lead. They're losing a lot of money.
Put a woman in it and make it lame.
They're losing a lot of money. I'm like, I didn't, what?
Put a woman in the lead and make it lame.
Make her gay, make it lame.
That's it. Make it gay, make it lame. And I'm not saying gays and women can't be in the military. I'm not saying LGBTQ plus XYZ, whatever. The premium subscription. I'm not saying that the LGBT...
The Hodge twins said it's like no, the women can be in the military. They can be like, office jobs. Like in the police too. It's like, they can work at a desk job.
Oh, fucking Christ.
I'm kidding, of course.
It's so funny, though.
I'm kidding.
Well, I'm sitting there laughing at that, but I'm still laughing at the LGBTQ plus. There's the premium service and the standard service.
There is. It's true.
For an extra $9.99 a month and a dick in the ass, you can get the plus version. Wait, what?
Oh,
what are the benefits? Nothing.
No, you get those big rubber babies that you put up there. And
With frozen tomato sauce?
That's pretty premium.
No,
wait, is it tomato basil? Or like 4 cheese.
It's meat and mushroom.
Oh, God.
Hey, if you can pass it, and you
really
can
fucking time.
if you can pass the ASVAB, the fit test, you can pass all of that shit with flying colors. Please, I encourage you to enlist and serve our country.
Right,
but
I think that's a problem too.
But fuck, I lost where I was going.
Most of these low T soy boys, I don't know if they could do 20 push-ups.
No.
And that's not like a knock. That's a legitimate. Just watching like all these debates and things like that, and be like, I'm not thinking so.
I'm just loving the fact that all these motherfuckers are like, get rid of the military, get rid of the police, give me your fucking wallet, help me, officer.
Yeah, and you know what's funny too, like,
bitch.
But all right, so that's why the military is also going for illegals. It's like, well, listen, these people want to come in the country, and they're if they don't come in by legal means, they're going to burden the system.
Yeah.
So why don't we put them in the military? We're not meeting our numbers across the board. Put them in the military. You want to earn your keep?
A
couple years,
like back in
2,
the
3,
late
5.
1800s. During the Civil War and shit like that. When all the immigrants were coming over.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to America. Serve your country and we'll take care of you. Get off one boat to get right on another.
And back across where he came from. They drop you off and just leave. Like,
touche.
Damn, didn't see that one coming. At least I got this cool patch.
And a gun. It's not even loaded.
Yeah, form a revolution. Yeah, but, jeez. Oh, the extremism. Yeah, so that's what I brought up before. It was like the Pentagon's report on extremism within the ranks reveals 78 service members were suspected of advocating to overthrow the U.S. government, and another 44 were suspected of engaging or supporting terrorism. A report released Thursday by the Defense Department Inspector General revealed that in fiscal 2023 there were 183 allegations of extremism across the branches of military, broken down not only into efforts to overthrow the government and terrorism, but also advocating for widespread discrimination or violence to achieve political goals. So maybe that's them saying, just around in a circle, maybe not, them going like, fuck, I'd punch Biden in his goddamn face. Like, yeah. Fuck that guy. And maybe some one black guy going, fucking white piece of shit. Just bullshitting. And then, like, terrorism. Maybe it was legit. I don't know.
You can't even. But see, and let me ask you this. Is there anything illegal with me making, let's say I wanted to make that claim right now. I wanted to make the claim that our current administration should be overthrown. And I list off all the negative effects as to why they have failed and why we need a new leadership in place. Is there anything illegal about that?
Right now, no.
So then why the fuck are they in trouble?
Right now, no. But there are times over the last couple of years, and it's kind of done this in waves, where it's gotten fucking close to being like, man, you say something, and it's like that borderline thing. It's like, fuck, man. How many times have I been like, man, I'm sorry to bring you down, getting you involved in this fucking podcast bullshit, but if we ever swing too far to that direction where...
Fuck it.
I was like, well, we're in the gulag, buddy.
I'm going to fuck... Welcome to the gulag.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck... I'm coming out guns blazing.
I think like the whole thing is starting to veer in the direction of like a victory for like free speech and just constitutionalism, like,
which it should.
It should, but there were times there where I'm like, oh boy, man, this is not fucking heading in a good direction. And still, like what I said earlier with Nikki Haley, and be like, oh man, you should have your identification next to everything you say on the internet. I'm like,
I've said some pretty hateful shit.
Well, that's the thing. Is
I may have even made a pedo joke or two.
That would... Fuck, we've made a whole bunch of those. But there's...
you could probably fill a baby book with them.
Baby albums, bro.
Fuck, why didn't I save that till the end of the show? That would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect. That was actually... I think that was the end of that show,
yeah,
too.
It was.
That's like an early fucking episode.
Oh, my God.
Teens or 20s. I don't know, but...
Yeah, I had to get up and walk away from the desk. I literally started laughing.
Baby albums, bro. The other thing I had on there was there's more student debt canceling.
Cancel mine!
Do you still have student debt?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say it'd be nice if we got.
Can I just get a check back for it?
Can we get a credit?
Yeah, please.
Credit
I'll get some more. Will you give me a credit for some student debt? I'll take some debt on if you guys will pay for it.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy a house.
Here's the thing, though, is
maybe another new car.
A lot of these students need to watch because the government might look at that canceled credit as income. Because,
so
it would be a 1099-C form.
So here's the thing. I know where you're going with this because I actually got into a discussion about that with a buddy at work because he's actually got kids who are going into college. So no, he's got one kid that's going to college. He's got one kid in college and one kid that graduated college.
Right.
The oldest, the one that graduated, has like $150,000 in debt.
Right.
He's like, it'd be fucking great. He goes, now.
Even if it was like a percentage of it, which I think that's what it is. But
I go, yeah, but someone's got to pay for it. He's like, well, I'm like, and no offense or nothing, but, you know, if you're given money, basically, if your debt is cleared, somebody paid it off. Because money just doesn't disappear.
Yeah, just the bank, like Sally Mae or whoever the fuck is loaning you money, you're not going to go like, all right, you're fine.
Yeah. We're not even going to collect money from anybody.
We just gave you money. You just keep it.
Yeah. So I go, at that point, I made a comment on, like, if they could come up with a way. Sorry about that. If they could come up with a way to maybe minimalize the amount or something like that. He's like, well, I did hear something about them referring to it as like a taxable income.
Right.
And I'm like, do tell. He goes, people are going to sit there and be like, well, that'll cure it. That'll save it. That'll save it. He goes, you're paying pennies on a fucking dollar if you stop and think about it, Charlie. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
He goes, so let's say you owe $150,000 in debt. You get all of it's gone. All gone. How much does a person who works, makes $150,000 a year in taxes, pay? I'm like, I don't know, probably 30,
I don't know,
40
like 27% of that. Yeah.
It's probably, let's say, 30, 35 grand. Yeah. Do you want to owe 150 or do you want to owe 35? I said, I'll fucking owe 35. He goes, yeah. And guess what? The government's got plans to take care of that too. When you tax over, oh, I haven't been able to hand in my taxes because I can't afford them. Bankruptcy. You wait 7 fucking years. After your bankruptcy, you have no problems. So he goes, there's going to be a way around it. People are going to find loopholes.
That seems like that would be a loophole to actually be able to claim bankruptcy indirectly on your student loans.
But
So, you know, because
here's why it'll work though. He goes, because at that point it's no longer a student loan debt.
Right.
It is a tax income debt.
That's what I mean, indirectly.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be on your student loans, but it would be on the tax debt from the student loan, or the tax income from the student loan.
Yeah.
To claim bankruptcy. You know, though, because they probably, if we thought of this, you know, they thought of it, and they're going to be like, no, you can't do that. Don't go to college.
I didn't. Well, I did 3 times. I turned out just fine.
I'm winning. Oh, Christ.
Don't go to school. School is for... Wait, how's it go?
School is for fools. Look at me. Yeah.
Ah!
Bye.
Later, fuckers.